that branch down, shaves it up and make it nice and sturdy. And he said he cut down 3 of them. And he said to me, strip. I knew then. I was like, oh no, no, we ain't gonna have this. Oh no, sir. We ain't gonna no. And he said, boy, I tell you to strip. I said, oh no, sir. I didn't say anything. I just stood there. I stood there. Well, he came to charge me, strip me, and whoop me like I ain't never been whooped before. Struggle. 6 months with this Master Covey, he won. I was willing to give in just so I can get away from his wrath. 6 months until one day we're out in the field, 4-man detail, and we're harvesting. And my job at this time was to feed. So I'm out there out in the field, and the sun is blazing, it's real hot, and I'm feeding. Now, I've told you up to this point how a man made a slave. Now I'm going to tell you how the slave made a man. Well, Master Covey, I'm out, like I said, I'm out there with the other co-workers there. We're out there in the field. And while I am sitting there feeding, I got sick and I passed out. Well, Master Covey is not too far from the house, and he's sitting right there on the porch. He comes flying out there and he said, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's holding things up? And he said, well, Fred's down there on the ground. He's not there. He said, what's wrong with you? He says, Master, I said, Master Covey, I don't know what to do. I can't move. I just can't stand. I can't get up. He said, get up! Kick me. Kicked me so hard in my ribs, I didn't think I was going to be able to breathe. He kicked me. But I gets up. Find my way to get up. Gets up. I try to stand, and I stood for about, maybe 30 seconds when I passed out again. Well, this time he done got so upset with me that he done picked up the rod that my co-worker had and took it and beat me with it, hit me in the back of my head. My head busted open and there's blood all over the place. Well, I knew then that my best bet was to try to get away. Tried to get up, I stood again, and I passed out. This time he proceeded to continuously just beat me. Well, all thing I could think about was I needed to get away from him, get back to my master, which was 14 miles away, and see if I can convince him to save me from the wrath of Master Covey. So I crawled through the fields, and I make my way to the outskirts of his land, and I finally somehow made it 14 miles back to my master. Now, you already know what I look like. I got a busted head, I've been out in the fields, I got blood all over the place. I look a hot mess. And I walk up to my master and I say, Master, look what Covey's doing to me. You gotta save me from this man. He gonna kill me today, and I know he gonna kill me dead. You know what he said to me? He said, sir, this is what you're going to do. I want you to go back to Covey. Take whatever you get, whatever he gets you. Because if you don't, I'm going to give you the same. And then I'm going to take you back to Covey. This is Saturday, Friday night. Come Saturday, the man gave me no food, no water. All he said was, by sun up, you better be gone. Sun up, I make my way back to Covey. As soon as I crossed over on the fence and got on his land, you know the man saw me and was running with a whip in his hand. He was trying to kill me. I said, oh no, not this time. You're not going to get me this time. I fall down and I crawled through the bushes. I crawled through his crops, and I made my way out. And he said, that's all right. You're going to come out of here because you got to eat. Because you ain't ate, you ain't ate for 2 days. Oh, I know I'm going to get you. Oh, I'm going to get you, I'm going to get you. I know you're going to get you. And I just stood there and I said, I got to figure out a way that I'm going to get away from this. Well, in the woods. And it just so happened that Joseph Johnson come through. He was an ex-slave, and he see me, and he take me to his wife because he goes away to see his wife. He take me to his wife, to his place, and he clean me up, wash me up, and allow me to sleep. And then the next day, he take me back out to the woods, and he said to me, you need to go back to Covey. I thought the man was crazy. I thought that man was crazy. Now I got a black man telling me that I need to go back to the man. I thought I told him what the man did. He said, no, you got to go back to Covey. I said, well, why would I do that? He said, but I got something that's going to save you. I said, oh, yeah, what's that? He said, he go out, find this little piece of root, and he give it to me. He said, put this in your pocket. I guarantee you, you'll never be whooped again. I looked at him like he was crazy. A piece of root going to save me from the wrath of Covey? Really? He said, yeah. I've been carrying this root around in my right pocket, and I guarantee you I've been whipped in the last 5 years. Guarantee you. You put that on the right side of your pocket, and you'll never get whooped again. Well, what else am I going to do? I got nothing else, so I got to go back. Well, I go back to Covey. It's Sunday. So I ride on Covey plantation, and he was so pleasant. Oh, he was so nice. He was just as cordial could be. I was like, oh, man, this must be some good business after all. Oh, I'm liking this. This is going to be real good. I think my life is looking good. Well, it's Sunday, and nobody did nothing on the Lord's Day. That's our day off. Well, come Monday morning, when the sun rises, I get a notion from Covey to go out into the stables to take care of the horses. Well, that's an easy thing. I can handle that. I've been going to get the horses for a long time. Well, when I get into the stables, here comes Covey. Now, let me tell you, Covey had planned not for me to just sit there and to take care of them horses. His plan was to whoop me until he couldn't stand the life of mine. There was no life left inside me. Well, his idea was to whoop me up and have me hanging so that he could whoop me. Well, when I saw him go after that strap to help me, I done grabbed hold of him. Next thing I know, he is not tussling. Hold on, we fighting. And I mean, we fighting because I ain't going to let him go. Well, he done called one of my co-workers and tell him to come in, one of the other slave men, come in there and help him. Well, the man gonna come in there and he thought he going to help Massa by getting a hold of me. Well, when he does that, I put myself in a situation where I can give him a good knee in a good place. I'm going to leave it right there. That's all I'm going to say. And after I did that, he was bent over. He didn't know what to do. He done crawled himself out the way. Well, when he crawled out, Covey knew that he was gone. He was done because I was not letting go. Well, we went on for a few minutes. We went on for a half hour, 45 minutes, almost an hour. Well, he done called him for somebody else to come. Well, that young man come in there. He see us rolling around, and he said, "Get him! Get him!" That's what they say. My master sent me here to be a slave and not to help you whoop a slave. And he turned around and walked out. Well, we done talking for about another hour. Well, I'm going to tell you, I hung on to Covey so long, Covey got tired of getting beat up by me. To the point he released. And when he released, I drew blood. He did not. I became the man. The slave became the man. Now, from that point on, I tell that it's a very important story because from that point on, Covey could no longer tell anybody what happened between the two of us. Why? Because if anyone knew that he had no control over me, he would lose all his money. I I was able to escape. I'm not going to go into the details of my escape, but I was able to escape. And when I made it to New York, and I was free, made it to New York, my wife came to meet with me. We got married. We left New York because I was told that I could not get a decent job as a mariner, and I was told by another black man not to trust black folks in New York. Even though New York was a free state, at that time, they never knew who was going to turn you in because by right and by law, I was a runner. So, the best thing for me to do was go further north, and I end up in New Bedford. Now that I'm a free man, I got a new form of slavery that I have to deal with. I thought being a slave in Maryland or in the South with chains and shackles. Now I got to deal with a new form of slavery, racism. And that's the worst kind of slavery. You see, racism limits the black man as to who he can, what he can do in this free society. Oh yes, the law says that we all have the right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Oh no, not for the black man. No, sir. No, man. There is no such thing as equality for the black man.